Here's a summary of triads and how they're formed, in case all of our alphabet soup on the refrigerator was not super clear for you. A triad is a group of 3 notes that are stacked in thirds in their most sort of essential position. They can be ultimately reduced to a stack of thirds, like this. This is an E triad. Here is an F triad. And here's a B triad. Triads can appear in any clef, like this C triad or this D triad. Triads can also eventually will be shown to us in 2 clefs. Oops. So I could have a triad that's spaced out with extra notes doubled. And this triad happens to actually be the same as if I had written it on one staff, C, E, G. I could have a triad that's spaced out like this on 2 staves, F, C, F, A. Eventually, when I reduce it and take away any doubled notes and stick it on one staff, I would find out that it does eventually reduce back down to this little stack of thirds, like a snowman. If it looks like a snowman, the triad is in root position. We call this root position because it's in a stack of thirds, it's in its most compact form, and the note that is the name of the triad, the one on the bottom, is called the root. That root position means the root of the triad is on the bottom. It's kind of circular reasoning, but there it is. So we know that the one up here is an E triad because E is on the bottom. F triad because F is on the bottom. B triad because B is on the bottom. If I were to see the B triad with the B not on the bottom, like this triad is not in root position. It's not stacked as closely or compactly as it could be. Even if I squish it down a little bit more, this is not in root position. It's not a stack of thirds. It's a stack of a third and then a fourth. I would have to rearrange the notes, the B, the D, and the F, so that somehow they end up on lines or spaces in a stack of thirds. A triad in root position will appear on all lines or on all spaces. It won't be a mixture of lines and spaces. So root position triads in their most compact form would appear on all lines or all spaces. Eventually, when we space them out on different staves, that won't be true anymore, but for now, that's pretty good. We've already said the bottom note is the root. So here, for example, is the root. And the note that is a third above the root is called the third. And the note that is the fifth above the root is called the fifth. Ta-da! That's the basics of triads and how they're constructed. We'll get more into triad quality later on.